Hello everyone, this is Shailesh Gupta and I welcome you all on our YouTube channel Gyan or Vigyan. In the lecture series of chemical kinetics, today I am going to discuss about what is order, what is molecularity, what are the characteristics of zero order reaction. So without any further delay, let's get started. So guys, in the previous video lecture, I taught you about how to write the differential rate law expression and what is m and n in that particular rate expression. Now coming to that, so if you can see here A, B, C and D, R is equal to dx by dt, means rate is equal to dx by dt, that is equal to minus dA by dt whose stoichiometry is 1. So here nothing is there. Now 2, then we are dividing with 2. If it is 3, we are dividing with 3. 4, we are dividing with 4. In last video lecture, I also told you that how when 1 mole of A will consume, at the same very moment 4 mole of D will form. That means formation of D is actually 4 times of the consumption of A, and that is very well reflected in the rate law expression also. You can see this. When you will equate these two values, then you will understand that RA is nothing but equal to 1 by 4 R of D. From here you can get that. Now once again let me remind about the order. The order of reaction is nothing but summation of these powers m and n, right? And what about these power? Are these value equal to 1 and 2? That means stoichiometric coefficient. Answer is no. Then how to determine this? This is completely determined experimentally, guys. Order of the reaction is experimentally determined. Not only that, guys, let me tell you, even rate constant is also figured out with the help of experiment. Not only that, I told you in the last video lecture about expression of k. K is equal to A pre-exponential constant e to the power minus Ea by RT. Even activation energy is also figured out with the help of experiment only. So just to give you a glimpse of it, I have formulated one of the problem for you. So let's see how to approach this. Okay, so in an experiment which is carried out in such a way that A plus okay, suppose it is A plus 3B. I just changed the stoichiometry. So A plus 3B forming C plus D, the following data were obtained at 100 degree. Right, temperature is also very important. Why? Because if you change the temperature, rate constant will change. There is a possibility that even the way reaction is going on, that may also change. Alright, now coming to how to approach for this. So what are the data given, how the experiment is carried out? See, we can measure the initial rate of A and B which we are going to take inside the container, right? That's in our hand. And as the time passes, we can measure even the concentration of A or B with the help of certain titration associated with it. Now look at just look at the value. Initial rate is given 0.1, B is also given 0.1, and corresponding to that initial rate is given to you. Similarly, second time the same reaction is carried out and the concentration of A taken to be this much and this taken to be this much, and correspondingly the rate which is found to be 7.2 into 10 to the power. Likewise, 4 successive experiments were conducted and we obtained this whole table. Now what is the question? First of all, determine the rate law expression. And the second question is find the rate constant value K at this 100 degree centigrade. Now how to determine? That's very simple, guys. You simply write the rate expression as R is equal to K A to the power X B to the power Y. Why can't we write like this, that R is equal to dx by dt and that is equal to, the way I told you last time, minus dA by dt is equal to minus 1 by 3 dB by dt. Can't we write like this? Yes, you can write it, there is no problem. But at the end, with which value you are going to equate? K into a to the power m and b to the power n. Here I have taken m and n value to be x and y. Now if you will fulfill and if you will try to make the equation, you will get 4 equations from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, that I have written already, where I have assumed that the order with respect to A is x and with respect to B is y. Now if you look at these 4 equations, how many unknown do we have? We have one unknown y, we have another unknown x, we have another unknown k. So we have 3 unknown, but how many independent equation that we have got? We have got 4 equation. Now is it sufficient to get the value of x, y and k? So yes, even with the help of 3 equation also we can get it. Now with the help of these things, how to solve it? So here you need to be little focused, because I am going to use these values very smartly. If you look at this one and if you look at carefully the fourth one, can't you see here the value of b is constant and a is actually changing 4 times? So with the help of this, one advantage I will get, the power of b will be cancelled out if I will divide with 4. So now this is 1 divided by 4 on LHS side, on RHS side we got this, because B 0.1 concentration is there, that will be cancelled out. Now if you see here, 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 4 to the power x. If you solve it, we got the value of x to be 1. Similarly, if you solve for getting the value of y, what do you need? Anyhow, if a becomes constant into experimental condition, then that will be cancelled out and we will get only one variable, we can solve it. Now if you look at the 2 and 3, don't you think the value of a is constant, 0.3 and 0.3? So that's how I have used here. So dividing 2 by 3, I got this expression and I got the y value equal to 2. So now the value of x to be 1 and the value of y to be 2, I got the value of rate expression r is equal to a to the power k times a to the power x, that is 1, and b to the power y, that is 2. Now if you will talk about how to get the value of r k, how to get the value of rate constant. Now just looking at this value r, you take any one of these value from the table, you substitute the rate, you substitute the concentration of A and B, the only variable left is K. So you can get K value very easily, right? Now coming to the second part. So this is how we calculate the order of a reaction experimentally, guys. As you can see very carefully, right now you will understand why I changed the coefficient of B. Now if you look at here, the value of B which is coming out to be the order of B is coming out to be 2, but here if you look at the stoichiometry, how much it is? It is 3. So is it equal to the stoichiometric coefficient? Of course not, right? So this is how we calculate the rate through experiment. Now coming to how to calculate the activation energy and how to calculate the pre-exponential constant. For that, guys, you know what you have to do? You have to actually conduct the same experiment but at different temperature. Like I did for 100, then you perform it for 110, then you perform it for 115, then you perform it at 120 degree. By doing so, for every experiment you collect all series of data, and with the help of these data you figure out the value of K for each of them. That I did for you here. I took another example. Now this question I am giving you as an assignment. Now you have to solve it and tell me the answer of EA and A in the comment box of the video, right? So here I have tabulated the value of rate constant. This is K value, this is K value, and in this particular thing temperature in Kelvin is given to you. So I have marked at different temperature. You might need a calculator for calculating it, because it might seems to be a lengthy calculation, right? Now once you do it, and then let me know how you are going to do it. Let me give you an hint. In the last video I derived an expression for you, that log of K2 by K1 is equal to EA upon 2.303 multiply by 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. So guys, see, K2 and K1 corresponding temperature, also T1 and T2, if that is known to you, you can get the value of activation energy very easily. So that's what the thing that you have to do from your side. Now till now guys, we have studied about the order of reaction, the rate constant, and how to determine them experimentally. Now it's time to move forward to learn about when for a particular reaction the value of the stoichiometric coefficient becomes order. Like we have seen in the previous expression, that A plus 3B forming product, we saw the rate expression was K into A to the power 1, whereas B to the power 2. Now the question is, sir, do we have any case in which this particular value is not 2, it is actually 3? That means the stoichiometric coefficient. For understanding this, let us first understand the types of reaction. Now here the basis of classifying the types of reaction is number of step involved in it, right? Number of step involved in it. Now if you classify the reaction, it can be classified in elementary and complex reaction. Elementary reaction is also known as single step reaction, which means it is completed in one step only. Means in one step A and B are coming close to each other and colliding, and we are getting product. Now if you want to know its energy changes during the reaction coordinate, in that particular case you will see that when reactants are coming close to each other, energies are getting higher and higher and higher. There will be a particular case when all the bonds, the old bonds of A and B are about to break, and the new bond for the formation of AB is about to form. From there it will now decrease. Now at this maximum energy state, I told you in the last video also that if you measure from the reactants level, this is nothing but activation energy for the forward reaction, right? And at this particular point of the reaction, whatever the complex which is hypothetical is generated is said to be activated state of the molecule. Anyway, now coming to the complex reaction guys. A complex reaction is that which completes in more than one step. For example, this is a particular reaction which I have taken, which is a complex reaction, but it is given that it is occurring in two different steps. Step number 1, which is shown here, is fast but reversible, and step number 2, if you see here, is slow, kinetically slow. Now the biggest problem comes here is, sir, here we can define very simple, because only one step is there. So for elementary reaction, the value of rate will only depend on one step. So we can straight away write R is equal to K, because A and B are directly colliding. So B to the power 1, A to the power 1. So yes, you heard it right, that for elementary reaction, the stoichiometric coefficient becomes actually the power. Now when it comes to multi-step reaction guys, now we have to first understand for which of these two steps, if their rates are different, I mean it is going with much faster rate, let us assume it to be R1 and it to be R2. Now the original reactions rate, will it be equal to R1 or will it be equal to R2? Now let me tell you a very important fact about this. Please consider it and listen very carefully, that rate of complex reaction which is involving more than one step, rate of such reaction is equal to rate of slowest reaction, rate of slowest step, right. So, I can say that R is equal to R2, R will not be equal to R1. Now, why is it like that? Now, please understand this, how it is happening. So, you see, suppose A and B, let us consider some figures associated with it, some numerical value, you will understand now. Now, suppose for the first reaction, we are getting per second 1000 molecule that is breaking from here to here. 1000 molecule of A2 is breaking from here to here. But for the second reaction, because the energy required to break the bond B is also high, in that case the requirement of this reaction is that it is consuming hardly 500 of this. So, what will happen over the period of time, the A will start accumulating here, right. So, in that case, tell me, if B is only consuming 500 molecule, here we are getting 1000 molecule. So, per second how much AB we are going to get? So, we will be getting 500 only, not 1000, because no matter how much accumulation of A is going to be here in the first step, if B is not utilizing all of them, in that case rate of that reaction will be actually equal to rate of slowest reaction. You can understand in this way, guys. One another example, suppose I have to design a particular product of a pen, right. Let us consider I have to design a pen. Now, let us consider there are two parts of pen. One is, guys, the entire body part, and the second part is the refill part. Now, imagine we have given the contract to two different factories. Now, our actual product is a pen containing a body and a refill. Now, suppose the body part is produced in the factory A and produced per day 1000, and suppose refill per day is produced just 500. So, which is produced at a slower rate? Refill is produced at a slower rate, whereas body part is produced at a much higher rate, 1000. Now, guys, if I will ask that how many pen are we going to get? Finished pen, a pen which contains both refill and body. So, you will say, sir, 500 only. So, out of these two steps, as you can see, the production of pen is occurring in two steps, first in body of the pen and second is refill of the pen, and the production of pen, that means rate of production of pen, only depends on the slowest step, that is 500. So, likewise, please always remember this as a matter of fact, that rate of complex reaction is always equal to rate of slowest step of that reaction. Now, the next very important challenge is now how to write the rate expression for this one. How to write the rate expression for this one. Now, like we have already seen how in elementary reaction we can write rate expression directly multiplied by A and B, and power will be their coefficient. So, we can write it, rate of reaction is equal to R2, and R2 is nothing but second step, and second step we can write it as A to the power 2 and B2 multiplied by the rate constant of the second reaction K2. Now if someone will ask what is the order of this reaction, so are you going to answer 2 plus 1? Answer will be wrong. Why? Because see, whenever we write the rate expression, we have to only and only include these portion, not this one. Why? Because A is not actual reactant. A has come as an intermediate here. You see here, A is just an intermediate. A is nowhere involved in the reactant side, neither in the product side. So, we have to remove this reactant, we have to remove this intermediate. Now, how to remove this intermediate? Now, with the help of equilibrium constant, you know that the first reaction is fast and reversible. So, can I write that equilibrium constant for the first reaction Kc is equal to at equilibrium concentration of A square divided by concentration of A2. Now, from here, can I get the value of A? Yes, the value of A square I am getting to be equal to Kc multiplied by A2. Now, guys, can I substitute this? Can I substitute this value over here? Now, if I will substitute this value over here, I will get rate expression is equal to K2 multiply by Kc multiply by A2 and whole multiply by B2. Can you see this very clearly? Now, K2 and Kc are the constants, so rate will be actually some new constant K dash into A2 and B2. Now, if someone will ask that what is the order of this reaction, so you can say that order of this particular reaction is fortunately coming out to be equal to 1 plus 1. That means order is coming out to be 2. Fine. So, now let us consider a second case in which for the same complex reaction this one, for the same multi-step reaction this one, now let us consider the first step is actually slow and the second step is fast. Now, in this particular case, once again rate of actual reaction, overall reaction or net reaction is equal to rate of slowest, and this slow reaction or the slowest reaction is known as rate determining step. Now, R is equal to, this time will be equal to R1 because that is slowest. Now, because it is going in such a way that only one molecule is involved, so I can write as K1, which is rate constant for the first reaction, multiply by the active mass of A. So, now can I say that directly, this time R is directly coming out to be A2. Is A2 intermediate? Answer is no, A2 is actually reactant. Now, in this particular case, you can see this rate expression is independent of B, or you can write it as B to the power 0. Now, here in this case you can see the overall order of the reaction is equal to 1 plus 0, which is 1, whereas if you want to see the stoichiometry, which is 1 and 1, that means 1 plus 1, which will be 2. So, depending on which particular step is fast or slow, we can see that how the rate expression is changing. Okay. So, these things which we have done here, that step by step analysis, is said to be the mechanism of the reaction, the pathway of the reaction, which we will study in detail in further topic. Now, as you have seen that how for a complex reaction we used to determine the rate expression and how for the elementary reaction we used to determine. Now, how do you think that their energy expression will be? So, obviously, because they are generating in between intermediates. So, let us consider the first one or the second one, whichever you say. Let us consider this particular case, right. So, this was slow and this was fast, which means that its activation energy will be high and this activation energy will be low. because something will be fast only if activation energy decreases, because you remember K is equal to e to the power minus Ea by RT. If Ea decreases, K will increase. So, I can say that for the first reaction which is slower, the activation energy will be very high. So, if it is the level of reactant guys, so please make this peak larger. Now, I came to here. Now, second reaction is fast, so I need to simply go like this, and depending on whether it is endothermic or exothermic, it will go. So, this is energy and this side is reaction coordinate. Now, you can see we are getting two transition state here. Transition state number 1 TS1 and this is TS2. All right. Now, so the number of step is equal to number of transition state. Now, complex reaction is over and elementary reaction is over. Now, let us introduce one more very important term which is known as molecularity of a reaction. Okay. So, what is molecularity guys? So, please first understand that what is molecularity. Molecularity means the number of reacting particles, which might be atom, which might be ion or which might be molecules. So, the number of reacting particles, atom, ions or molecule that are colliding simultaneously, this is the most important word, in an elementary reaction to form product. Now, what does it mean? It means that if you are talking about single step reaction like A plus B forming C or product, then molecularity, which is a single step reaction, which is elementary reaction, in this particular case A and B are colliding simultaneously to form the product. In that case, molecularity is simply the sum of the stoichiometry 1 and 1. So, number of molecule is basically 1 plus 1, that is coming out to be. So, molecularity for an elementary reaction is nothing but the sum of stoichiometric coefficient. Okay. So, you can write it as molecularity will be equal to sum of stoichiometric coefficient of an elementary reaction, right. Now, for example, I have given few of the elementary reaction. I reported it to be unimolecular. This reaction, when it is heated, it forms N2 plus H2O. When Hi is decomposed, it forms H2I2. When NO reacts with O2, all three are elementary reaction. What does it mean? Only one molecule here is involved. Here two molecules are simultaneously colliding, both are Hi and Hi. Here two molecule of NO and one molecule, all three of them are colliding together. Now, sir, that means for molecularity is defined only for elementary reaction. Yes, it is true. Molecularity has meaning only for the elementary reaction. Then what about the complex reaction? Now, let us come back to the original problem which we had. See this complex reaction. In that case, can we say that, in coming to the case second, can we say that both A2 and B2 are colliding simultaneously by looking at its mechanism? Answer is no. So, can I say that the molecularity of this step will be 2? Answer is no, because it is not happening in elementary step. No, it is a combination of two elementary step together. So, you can define individually what will be the molecularity of this step, you can say 1. What will be the molecularity of this step, you can say that will be 2 plus 1. What will be the overall molecularity of this? Answer is meaningless for the complex reaction. But still, suppose if in the examination, right, an examiner is completely asking that what will be value for that, and they have given all the numerical value, then you simply take the sum of this value. Otherwise, I would say that a better examiner is that one who is clearly writing for a complex reaction there is no meaning of molecularity. Alright everyone. So, you have seen molecularity and order. Now, what is the difference between them? What is the difference between them? Between molecularity and order? Very simple, very simple. What is the difference between them? Number one is it is defined for elementary reaction only. Whereas this one order is even defined for complex reaction. Second, the value of molecularity will be a proper integer value. It will be either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, because the sum of the number of molecule or the number of species which are going to attack can never be in fraction, right? You can't expect that half molecule of A will come and collide with B, no. But contrary to that, order might be 0, it might be positive, even I will tell you it might be fractional also, guys, fractional with respect to one of them. It is completely experimental. This one is completely experimental. Whereas this have some theoretical meaning. Now, the most important line is, can we say that order may or may not be equal to molecularity? Yes, it may be equal to molecularity only in the case of elementary reaction. Right? Because for elementary reaction, if you write the rate expression, you simply take their stoichiometric coefficient, and molecularity is the sum of the stoichiometric coefficient for the elementary reaction. Now, here are certain examples which I have collected. The following are the examples. Now, as you can see in the very first case, what is the rate expression written? R is equal to K N2O5 to the power 1. Means order is how much, guys? 1. What is molecularity for this? So, definitely it might be a complex reaction, so it is meaningless. But if you will forcefully ask, I will say that okay, if you are so much interested, I will tell you 2 by looking at the stoichiometry, otherwise it is meaningless. Now, you look for this reaction, 1, 1 and 1 is the order, but you look at the stoichiometry 5, 1 and 1. Right. Now, coming to this one, the third one, if you see NO2 is written here, CO is written, with respect to CO actually order is 0. So, like that you can look at all these values. Here it is very interesting, you can see that the value of rate expression written in such a way that it is not at all depending on the concentration of H2 or Cl2. It is depending on the light itself directly H nu. So, order यहाँ पे आप देखो 0 भी है, this is 0. Now, similarly look at this, here we are getting order to be fractional 3 by 2. Now, one of the very interesting case is this one, and its mechanism is very complex, guys, it is not very simple mechanism, and if it is very complex you can see the rate value how it is defined. So, can we define order? Answer is no. See how it is, the product of these two divided by 1 plus K2, how will you figure it out, right? So, for this reaction, unless it is written in the form of K into A into B to the power some x and y, how can we tell the value of order? And if order is not defined, if rate expression is not written like this, can we have any meaning of rate constant K? No. So, that is why here it is written rate constant and order are not defined for this type of reaction, right. Now, you have seen how about molecularity, about order, right. Now that's it in this video, guys. See you in the next video where I'll be discussing about zero order and first order reaction. If you like my channel, then please subscribe and share to your friends. Thank you, guys. See you then in the next video.